கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
It's 26th January today. The historical date should remember our national heroes and freedom fighters. I happily call upon our principal, Mr. Srinivasan Annamalai, Good Shepherd Model School, Thuthukudi, to deliver his welcome address.
Good morning, one and all present here. We all have gathered here to celebrate the 72nd Republic Day of this great nation. On this important occasion, I extend a warm welcome to our beloved Chairman, Dr. Tritas Babu, Vice Chairman Amari Babu, our MD Arun Babu, Correspondent of Schools Mrs. Priyadarshini, our HR Director Ms. Ananthi, Director of Schools Dr. John Abraham, Principals, Vice Principals, Administrative Officers, Teachers, Parents, and my dear students. Welcome you all. To grace this occasion, we have amidst us a real hero, a living legend, and a befitting chief guest, Major General Ian Cardoso. On behalf of SCAD Group of Schools, I salute and welcome our chief guest, Major General Ian Cardoso, to this online celebration. Welcome you, sir. I once again welcome you all to this online Republic Day celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is the time to introduce our chief guest, Major General Ian Cardoso. Mr. Ferris, Principal, SCAD International School, Cheran Mahadevi, will introduce the chief guest.
Dear students, staff members, parents of SCAD Group of School, we are very honored to have Major General Ian Cardoso, Adi Vishishta Seva Medal, and first Sauri Chakra holder, to have as our chief guest for 72nd Republic Day celebration. Here you have a short video about him.
वतन हमको तेरी कसम तेरी राहों में जहाँ तक लुटा जाएंगे.
My name is Ian Cardoso. I'm a retired officer from the Indian Army. In 1971, India went to war with Pakistan once again. For 9 days and 9 nights, fighting the enemy without food, without water, with reduced ammunition. But we struck terror into the hearts of the Pakistanis by the use of the kukri. During the battle for the capture of Sylhet, towards the end, I stepped on a landmine and my leg got very badly injured. I asked the doctor to go and find something to cut off my leg. He went away and he was away for a very long time. So I asked my batman, where is my kukri? So he said, here it is, sir. I said, the doctor is taking too long, give it to me. So I cut off my leg and I told him to go out and bury it. After that, I was evacuated to a number of Indian hospitals, military hospitals, finally reaching Pune at the Artificial Limb Center. I got my leg and I started walking, I started running, I started doing my exercises, I started climbing. And unfortunate part is, at that time, the army rule was that people who lose a limb in battle or otherwise cannot command troops. and I was told that henceforward I would only be a staff officer. That means I'll be doing a barber's job. So I said, what is your problem? I am as good as anybody with two legs, or even better than them. So they said, you have to prove it. And so I started training. And I did the battle physical efficiency test, leaving 7 officers with 2 legs behind me. I climbed 4,800 feet. And the vice chief, I was a staff officer to, came down in a helicopter and he said, how did you come here? So I said, I climbed. He said, you can climb. I said, sir, there are many things that we can do which our senior officers don't understand. He asked for my file and he said, yes, give him a battalion and all other war-wounded officers who are not taking shelter of their wounds.
General Ian Cardozo opened the doors for other disabled officers to become army commanders. We celebrate the triumph of the human spirit.
So children, staff members and parents, more than this, we cannot get anybody great for this great occasion. Sir, we are really honored to have you in our group of schools. Children, all only one thing we have to learn from him. What is patriotism? What is sacrifice? And who the real hero is. All the best. Jai Hind.
On behalf of SCAD institutions, I am pleased to welcome a brave and deserving chief guest, Major General Ian Cardozo, to address the gathering.
Dr. John Abraham, students and teachers of the SCAD group of schools, I am happy to be with you today on the 71st anniversary of our country's Republic Day. In the last 71 years, our country has moved forward in many ways. But we still have a long way to go to become the best country in the world. You may have noticed, I have not said the most developed country of the world. I have not said the richest country in the world. I have not said the most powerful country in the world. I have said the best country in the world. And why have I said the best country in the world? It is because some years ago, when I was talking to students like you, and I was talking about India, how it could be the most powerful country in the world because of its ancient wisdom, its traditions, its customs, and its huge resources, a 12-year-old boy put up his hand and asked a question. He said, sir, do we want India to be the most powerful country in the world? And I thought to myself, what could be the factors that makes a country the best country in the world? And I came to the conclusion, it is a country where there is justice for all, where there is no discrimination on caste, creed, or community, where there is respect for one another and for the environment, where there is good governance, and where, most of all, where everybody is happy. And I came to the conclusion that there is one word which could make everyone happy, one common denominator, and that word is love. Now, some of you must be thinking, what does this Army General know about love? But I would like to tell you that love is the most important word in the dictionary of an army person, because it is love of country, love of the people of India, love of the soldiers whom we serve, love of adventure, love of what we do, love of doing what is right irrespective of the consequences, that makes us do what we do, and we place our souls and minds. This also means that men and women in uniform put their lives in the line of fire and, if necessary, make the supreme sacrifice and disappear in the smoke and fire of battle. Love means putting others before yourself. In the National Defence Academy at Khadakwasla, the motto is service before self. In the Indian Military Academy at Dehradun, the motto is country first, the soldiers and the people of India next, and self last. Is this too much for you to understand? I don't think so, because it was a 12-year-old boy who made me rethink on what is important to make India the best country in the world. So, what does education mean to you, to a student in a school? Does it mean academic brilliance? Does it mean being the best sports person in your school? Does it mean being the best in extracurricular activities? Or does it mean a student who is well behaved, who always tells the truth, who doesn't lie or cheat, who is helpful to others, and is a good member of the team? If you look historically at what people have done to change the world, the great game changers, you will find that those people who cooperate with others, who are selfless, are the ones who make most brilliant surgeons, soldiers, statesmen, lawyers. What I'm trying to say is that a student who's academically most brilliant but who is selfish, does not help others, lies and cheats, is not going to contribute to making a change in society or in this country. This year, 2021, is also the 50th anniversary of the 1971 war. This war has taught us many things, and one of the chief architects of this war was General Sam Manekshaw, the army chief. He and I are from the same regiment, and when I came to Delhi to get my award of the Sena Medal, he met me and said, "Well done, son." And I asked him for some words of advice. And he said, "Do what you love. Love what you do. Never be afraid and never give up." So, what is the meaning of do what you love? Those of you who are in the 5th grade, right up to the 12th grade, all of you, I think, must decide as to what you want to do in life. And what you want to do in life, it should be what you love. Therefore, if you are able to do what you love and make it your choice of your profession, then the first part of his advice becomes true. That is, do what you love. The next part, love what you do, means that you must be the best in whatever you do. You must get more knowledge, more experience. Do whatever you can to make sure that you are the best in that profession. That means love what you do. And then he says, never be afraid. He also says that anyone who says he is not afraid is either a liar or a Gurkha. And therefore, what he's trying to say is that you must conquer fear. Never run away from your challenges. Meet your challenges head on, and every small victory will give you confidence and empower you to make you confident and successful in life. The first story I want to tell you is the story of the 1965 war, the Battle of Dogra. The commanding officer was Lieutenant Colonel Desmond Hayde. He was tasked to capture Dogra across the Ichugal Canal and to approach the outskirts of Lahore. He captured Dogra, but unfortunately, the reinforcements could not link up with him and he was told to come back. He came back, but considered this an insult to the honor of his regiment. And when the next opportunity came to capture Dogra again, he said, I would like my battalion to lead the advance and the assault on Dogra once again. But this time, Dogra had been reinforced by the Pakistanis with armor and infantry. And he told his men, we are going to capture Dogra again. Many of you more will die, many more will be wounded, but I will be leading you. And if I die, I want you to take my body to Dogra because that's where I want to be tomorrow. And then he asked them, where will we be tomorrow? And they roared in Dogra, and Dogra was captured again. The next example is the Battle of Sylhet, in which I personally took part. It involved the Indian Army's first heliborne operation to capture Sylhet. Intelligence information revealed that the brigade which was holding Sylhet had moved for the defense of Dhaka, and the corps commander wanted Sylhet to be occupied before it could be reinforced. We were only 384 when we landed. We fought for 9 days and 9 nights because we could not be reinforced within 48 hours. We were short of ammunition, but we kept the enemy at bay. And to our surprise, we learnt that we were fighting against a force which was 20 times our strength. 3 brigadiers, 2 full colonels, 173 officers, 290 JCOs, and 8,000 troops surrendered to us. At that time, our strength had reduced to just 352. Both these examples exemplify the value of concern for others, love of the country, love of the people of India, sacrificing ourselves for the need of others. And this is what makes a country a great country. We won a great victory, and this is what needs to be understood by each and every one of you. I therefore now wish to conclude by wishing you all the very best in your future careers. God bless. Take care. Jai Hind.
Your words are highly inspirational and morale boosting, sir. All of us are here to celebrate the 72nd Republic Day of our country. In this special day, I would like to invite Miss Benita and Miss Doria from Scared Girls School, Chengalpet to deliver a Republic Day message.
Good morning and happy Republic Day to one and all present here. I am Julia. I am Benita of grade 10. We are here to give a speech on Republic Day. We will never forget the sacrifice our freedom fighters had made for our nation. As you all know, today we are here to celebrate the 72nd Republic Day of our country.
Every year we celebrate Republic Day on 26th Jan because the Constitution of India came to the force on this day in 1950.
Our constitution gives us the various rights and responsibilities too. We live in a democratic country where people enjoy their fundamental rights.
In society, we have different caste, religion or many other things that separate us. But on the broader picture, we are all Indians. India is the land which is great example of unity in diversity.
The beauty of our country is that we have a different conflicts, differences, but when it's on the national festival, we all stand up on united force. Republic Day reminds us of a struggle, how the Indian National Congress, with the help of youth, achieved its demand of Spuran Swaraj.
The struggle of the freedom fighter was based on some ideal principles and ideas such as non-violence and non-discrimination, etc. Here are some famous freedom fighters.
Firstly, Veerapandi Kattabomman, born on 1760 and died on 1799. He refused to accept the sovereignty of the British East India Company and waged a war against the British.
Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh was born on 1710 and died on 1757. He was a socialist revolutionary who worked with several revolutionary organizations.
Mangal Pandey, born on 1827 and died on 1857. He rebelled against the British Indian Army commander and was executed.
Last but not the least, the most famous and the main freedom fighter who was also called Father of our Nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He was born on 1869 and died on 1948. He became the leader of the nationalist movement against the rule of British of India. Our ancestors gave us a glorious past. We need to create the future. This Republic Day, lead the change and become a real Indian. Jai Hind, proud to be an Indian. Thank you.
Music has healing power. Music gives us an enthusiasm. Now I call upon the students of Francis Xavier CBSE School to sing a song.
I feel elated to call upon our correspondent ma'am, Mrs. Priyadarshini Arun Babu, to deliver Republic Day address.
Good morning everyone. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak on Republic Day to all the students. First of all, I would like to thank the team of Good Shepherd Model School who have come up with this beautiful program on this joyous occasion. So there are a few facts which we all know about the Republic Day. that our constitution was established on this very day in the year 1950. But there are some things which I would like to say regarding it. The first thing is, more than we know about what our rights are in the constitution, we should know that what kind of a citizen we should be to enjoy those rights. So being a good citizen is really important. So the same principle actually applies on the students as well. So if you want to enjoy the right to education, it's very important that you be obedient children, obedient students. You have to respect your teachers, your parents, and your principals. So I would like to wrap my speech by this statement that how important it is that we be good citizens and respect our freedom fighters who have shed blood for us so that we are living in a free country. Especially during this pandemic, I would like to say to all the parents and the students to follow all the safety measures and be good citizens when you go out. Wear your masks and sanitize your hands whenever needed. Thank you so much, and I wish each and every one of you a happy Republic Day. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful speech, ma'am. For every event, there will be an effort. Without an effort, there will be no success. Now, our administrative officer, Mr. Vittal, SCAD International School, Seran Mahadevi, will deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning to everyone. I wish you all a happy 72nd Republic Day. It's my great privilege to extend my heartfelt thanks to our Chief Guest, Major General Ian Cardoso, a good patriotic person on this Patriotic Day. Thank you, sir, for the admiring speech you have delivered to our students. I extend our sincere thanks to you on behalf of management, principals, teachers, and students of SCAD Group of Schools. Thank you, sir. Now I extend my sincere thanks to Chairman, sir, Managing Director, sir, HR Director, ma'am, Correspondent, ma'am, for their continuous and support for the development of SCAD Group of Schools. I extend my heartfelt thanks on behalf of all the principals, teachers, and students of SCAD Group of Schools. I extend my sincere thanks to all the pillars, the principals of SCAD Group of Schools on behalf of management, teachers, and students of SCAD Group of Schools. Also, I extend my sincere thanks to all the teachers behind the screen to mold the student's life. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the teachers on behalf of management, principals, and all the students of SCAD Group of Schools. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all the students and the future world. I extend you all a heartfelt thanks on behalf of management, principals, and teachers. Thank you once again for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Vittal sir. I hope the program was an eye-opener and confidence booster for all of us. Now we are at the end of celebrations. Let us raise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे